Hello and welcome to my first ever YouTube video. I've been playing Minecraft since beta when it first came out back in 2010, and it's been a dream of mine ever since to be able to play this game in this kind of format on the internet. So this first episode is going to be an introduction to who I am, my world here, and what I'm going to be doing on my channel. First things first here, as I walk around, this is my main base area for this iteration of world. I started in 1.15 and I built this sort of underwater dome base as my main. My starter island was sort of over there, but my main base is built underwater here, mostly out of cyan glass and things that came from my guardian farm. This world is full survival. This is my sorting system, fully automated. Everything gets sorted away. Even still, I've got shulker boxes everywhere, as everybody does. Beacons in the middle. And then I have farms. Not too many in this part of the base because I wanted it to be fairly lag friendly, but under here there is a slime farm and where I mine a lot of my stuff. Most of my farms are on the island over here. Alright, so I've slept here so that we don't get blown up in the process of doing what we want to do. Right before I started recording this video, a creeper actually blew up here and I had to replace all of this glass, and we've got a skeleton over here. I need to light this up better. But this is my sort of area where I really started. That was my starter house. This furnace I just built quite recently. This is an Il Mango design and it is really fast. A lot of furnaces, 48 furnaces. It smelts very quickly. I've got a lot of glass in there because I do like to build with a lot of glass, my farms typically. And this is sort of the main area where I started building farms. So this was my very first pumpkin and melon farm. Over here I've got a bamboo farm hooked up to this observer flying machine, which I can show in a second. Over here, this is a smelting farm which makes kelp, dried kelp, which I make into kelp blocks for the furnace array. I find that it's the best fuel, lasts for the most charges, and because this smelting system automatically puts the fuel out into all of the different furnaces, I can run on less fuel that way instead of just running it on bamboo, which is what I was running it on to begin with. I had to keep that bamboo farm running pretty much constantly to get it to keep up. Over here, I have my sea pickle farm, and as you can see, my underwater base, there's quite a bit of lighting that goes on under there, and I also like the lime green, so I've got this really efficient sea pickle farm. This one I actually designed myself, and I'm planning on doing a little tutorial for this as one of my first videos. Over here, this is where I breed bees, and then I put them into this custom bee farm over here, where they all make honey. These observers detect the honey level of the hives, and then bottles are able to take the honey out. And this is actually quite a fit. Yeah, even look. I emptied this recently, and still it's just making honey. So this is great, because now that we can use slime and honey, obviously, since 1.15, flying machines can just do so much more, and honey is a great resource to have alongside slime. So I'll just craft those up, put my bottles back up here so that they can get sorted back into the system evenly. And then I'll open up my ender chest over here, find my sticky box, and put it in here. Oh, we're actually quite full on honey at the moment, so lots of stuff to be done with that. My sponges. Pop that back in. I think I'm missing a couple boxes out of here at the moment. I'll have to find out where they went. Just a really easy wool farm here. I mean, to get a lot of wool, it doesn't take very much. And you can dye these kind of whatever you want, so I periodically dye them. These are the colors of wool I usually use. I don't use a ton of wool, but just to have it there. And then underground, where this beacon comes out, is actually where my villagers are at the moment. These are my villagers, so farmers over here, books at the back. I've got some stonemasons over here because this is how I like to get quartz. Just a pain to mine it in the nether, so that's a good way to do it. I get redstone over here from these guys. And then I've got one of each of the different types of tools over here so that I don't have to spend diamonds on getting tools. And that's sort of what I've got down here. And then we can fly out. Nether portal here. I'll go into the nether in a minute. I do have some farms over there to check out. This is back when it was 1.15 and we could actually zero-tick sugarcane. I need to rip this out because it's not worth anything anymore, but I made quite a bit of sugarcane before I updated to 1.16 so that I could make lots of fireworks. I like to fly around. I've got all sorts of interesting things dispersed around. This right here is a chorus farm so that I can make tons of end rods. I have a blaze farm in the nether that I built up not too long ago. Really interesting design that only works since 1.16 came out. Based on the new mechanic that lava can move mobs around. So I designed it up myself. Just a big glass box essentially with lava that moves the blaze into a killing chamber where I kill them with looting. Over here, this I change back and forth between the crimson and warped little bone meal. And this way I can either get this stuff, or if I switch it to grass, I can get different types of flowers. And that's how I sort of get some dyes. This is a really complex thing that I built up when 1.16 came out. It's an automatic nether tree farm, so it grows the trees itself with the blocks down here. It's got bone meal, everything grows them, and then once they grow 4 trees, come up here and sort of look at it. So you see the four blocks there, 1 2 3 4 trees can grow up, and then it automatically explodes them all, and they come to this center block and they're collected down below. It's pretty efficient, so it doesn't have to run very often. This is a little basalt farm, but then I realized that obviously it doesn't work that well in the overworld because lava moves so slowly. So I built one of these up in the nether, which you'll see in a minute. We do actually have a clock here that we can run on this bamboo farm that harvests it every once in a while, but I've got it turned off right now. Here, I'll just give it a run so that you guys can see what it does. All I have to do is flip it back. Endless noise, probably really loud, but there it goes. Goes along, knocks all the bamboo down. And now you can hear the droppers down below on observer clocks pushing all of that bamboo out and into the farm over here so that we can get lots of kelp. And then obviously this usually sends out the mine carts again, but since I did it manually, I'll send them out. And then that comes over here, and if you've got it running all the time, obviously all these furnaces would be running, but since I just ran it one time, there's a bunch of furnaces getting bamboo, and then they drop all of their kelp, dried kelp down here. Look at that. I just emptied it, so that's all new stuff floating in there. And that supplies us with more than enough fuel to do whatever we want to do. Over here behind my starter house is my iron farm. You can see it up there. Simple thing, villager scared by zombie, makes iron golem, drops down here, burns in lava. We collect the iron. It makes more than enough iron for me. There you go, you can even see it working. Iron golem dropping. Gets killed by the lava there in a second. And makes iron. And it's more than enough for what I need on the single player world here, making hoppers and things. So that's no problem. Here I've got my 2 nether portals. Why 2? One in the lower part of the nether, one up on the nether ceiling. So that's what that is about. So let's pop through on the lower section here. And you can see a lot of buttons. This is where I started mob proofing. Little lag spike. There we go. And if you walk across here, you can see, start to see it there in orange. This is my blaze farm. So the blaze spawner is there, glass on top of it so that they can't spawn on top of it. In a second here, you'll see the blaze spawn, and they'll spawn, and then the lava is pushing this way, drops them into this chute. Yeah, there they are. Drops them into this, which pushes them towards the center. They drop down one more time, and then it comes down under here where there's a killing chamber. And it works fairly quickly, and it gets them far enough away from this that more blaze can spawn anyway. So it's a fairly efficient design, and it makes more blaze than you would ever need on a single player world. So just have to find our way in down here to here. This is the killing slot, so they can't see me. Down here is where we get the blaze and heads. I do play with the more mob heads. That's why I can get a blaze head. If you're wondering about that. Just wait for one of them to pop in down here. Here's some blaze. Now we can hit them with our looting sword. And now drop their blaze into this chest down here. We can make end rods and potion brewing. I'm planning on making a large potion brewing station fairly soon here. Automatic. Off an Impulse SV design. And this is going to supply that with blaze. God, it's noisy here. So let's get out of there. That's really the only farm that I have under the nether ceiling at the moment. Get rid of that. On top of the nether ceiling, however, if I can find the place where I can fly up there from here. There we go. It's the spot with those 4 torches. If you stand, the portal is an easy way to get up there, but if you just stand right here and fly straight up, I've got a hole in the bedrock so that we can fly up here. Beacon, this is the basalt farm that I was talking about, the one that actually works efficiently because of the way that lava flows in the nether. And so if we do that, it's insanely fast. One of the fastest farmable blocks that we can get. Just so much basalt. Just super fast. And then up here is my gold farm, which I'll try and give you a good look at the mechanism down here. The fog makes it kind of difficult. They all die here. And then there's sorters which automatically burn the rotten flesh. And then everything is pushed into these glass pillars. And it comes up here through glass item elevators into hoppers. And then into here where I get gold. These guys are all trapped in here. Little clock which feeds them gold. It's out of gold at the moment. So I can turn this off. Everything up here is mob proof for obvious reasons. And then this way we can get all of the piggy loot, which there is so much of. This is so OP. I've emptied a lot of these out recently, and this is just for getting rid of all of the many bottles that pop out. It's just so much stuff that you get from these. Little respawn anchor action here. But the gold is really what this is about. And you can see all we're doing is what's always done, turtle eggs. But this one is quite big. This took quite a bit of time to build up and get all these magma blocks. And then I have a couple more farms in the nether. They're out in the direction of the 2 torches over there. There's a ghast farm. And over here there is a hoglin farm. So let's go and check that out. So here's our little hoglin farm. Up there they all get scared around because of the warped, and then they get, wow, that's loud. Let's just deal with that. They get pushed around, and then they come down here where I can hit them with my looting sword. And this is a super efficient leather and pork farm. I've taken all the leather out of here recently, as you can see. And this just works on super simple principles here. They get scared, they go down. Nothing else can spawn anywhere near here, so their rates are really good. And then they fall down here, and they just can't hit me because of these ender chests, and I can just slay them all easily. Get tons of leather there. You can see it just flowing in there. Okay, let's head over to the ghast farm. So now we're over here at the ghast farm. I've turned off the fog so that you can actually see what's happening. There, one just spawned for me there. Ghast spawn, Soul Sand Valley. The only things that are able to spawn in here really are ghasts and skeleton, but since we lit it up, only ghast can spawn. They spawn. I've got wither roses in there spaced out just perfectly so that no matter where they spawn, they'll be killed by the ghasts. And then back here, again, simple glass elevator. And the drops come up to here. We get ghast tears. This way I can make potions. Again, I'm talking about building that potion station. They make an awful noise. And I can also make the crystals for big explosions if I want to do things like that. I turned off the fog here just so that you can see, but let me turn it back on. Fog, back to fancy. There we go. So this actually looks really cool out here. This is why I like building in glass, because you can actually see everything that's going on, and this is all spawn proof as well. So the blue color out here in the soul sand just makes this look so cool. And obviously tons of basalt under there, easy to farm block, which is why I do it that way. But let's fly back. You can see how far away this is from where I started, and I'm out of rockets. Am I going to make it? Just I'll run over here to where I've got a ender chest. Get my fireworks. Grab some more. All right. That is pretty much everything that I've got in the nether here. Let's pop back into the overworld. Nighttime here in the overworld. You can see a couple of other things that I've got around. This is a stone farm, super efficient. Much less efficient stone farm, even less efficient stone farm. I went through a couple iterations before I found one that I actually liked. This is a Ilmango design from a few years ago. And then if I just fly up, I'll give you a quick look at these mob farms. This is one that I was trying to build using slime machines that push the mobs around, push them out, kill them by falling down here. And then this is an automatic sorting system using water. It's actually quite efficient, but the problem is spiders. The flying machines don't knock spiders off, and after a while they build up in the system. This is a much more well-tuned. This is the mob farm that everybody knows, and you just come up here because of all the light's been blocked out, and you can AFK it away with no problem. Let's just head back to our main base area, where I can go over to my sorting system, toss in a couple random things that I've picked up along the way, which will get auto-sorted. And that is where I am going to end this very first Minecraft video. I'm super excited to be on here now. I'm going to be making lots of different videos. I've got plans for a couple of different series. This Let's Play, I'm going to be building farms. I'm going to be making random house videos. I'm planning on a modded series, hopefully, once I find a mod pack that I really like, and I'm going to start totally fresh on that. I'm actually planning on resetting this world, or not resetting this specific world, but starting a new world when 1.17 comes out. And I can't wait to start playing on those snapshots soon. It's just going to be amazing. But thank you all for watching. Be sure to subscribe, because I'm going to be having lots of content coming out in the future. And I will see you in the next one. Bye.